You remember how easy it was to be in shape and still eat and drink whatever you want in your early 20s? Maybe you had some abs, unbelievable energy and confidence. You never really thought about trying to be in shape. You just were, in your early 20s. But now maybe you're in your like late 20s, your 30s, your 40s, and maybe you've replaced that confidence in your body with some success, with some money. Maybe you started a family. But at the end of the day, your body and ultimately your confidence is still suffering. I came from a place of heavy drinking. I was in the U.S. Navy. What do they say about sailors? We cuss and we drink. Well, that's certainly true. After the Navy, I was still involved in aerospace, surrounded by veterans who now, out of the service, had more money than we had in the service, since there's endless parties and boats and excuses to just crack a couple. We go to Vegas all the time with no plans whatsoever, just to go to the pool and drink. I came from a heavy drinking culture, but here I am today at 40, the oldest I've ever been and in the best shape I've ever been in my life. I have abs again like I did in my 20s. Like I actually got them back. Because after aerospace, I got into brewing. I was opening a brewery and I was beer. All the beer association events, everything you could think of about beer, especially testing, and just drinking beer all the freaking time. I did lose my abs probably about 8 years ago in my early 30s. But now at 40, I got it all back. I'm in the best shape now, even with businesses and kids, a wife, more responsibilities than ever. And I didn't have to go fucking sober to get it. I just figured out how to truly have it all. The body with the ability to still have fun. The business, which requires just relentless dedication to doing the best job possible every single day. My drive and my ultimate goal of just becoming the best version of myself and the personal development that has to come with that for me and my family. Like, I know what that feels like. I know what that's like. And you know what? I still know how to not give a shit and let loose and just completely check out sometimes. Have some drinks, joke around, carry on, waste some time, waste a day or two, just being silly. But you know what? I can turn it all the way the fuck back on. Like that, I know how to become the most intense, dedicated, all-in business operator again. I know how to do that. I know how to do both sides of it. And I can still have whatever drinks and fun and great tasty food that I want because I know how to incorporate this stuff into my life so it doesn't negatively affect my body or my life, okay? Look, this is not a program or a course or a coaching community that's like wrapped up in some secret way to make you go sober. Okay, that's not the secret end goal here of becoming sober. The point here is that we're going to dial you, your body, your mind into becoming the healthiest, most happy, confident, driven version of yourself that you've ever seen, no matter what your age is today, right now. Okay, that's one of the things we're going to do together. Look, you probably think that in order to get into great shape, you have to give up all the good stuff in life. You have to stop eating all the fun food. You can't drink. You have to completely upend your life and all the things that you enjoy to get into great shape. How many of you think you have to sacrifice and suffer forever to be in great shape again because now you're in your 30s or 40s or 50s and you're like, man, the 20s are a thing of the past. And you don't think you can get there unless you just completely ruin your life. Well, I'm here to tell you, you do not have to do that. Step one is to get into the best shape possible. So is there a little extra grind up front for some of you guys, especially if you've been off the fitness wagon for a while? Yeah. It's called fucking earn it. Okay? So you grind a little bit more in the beginning, but this is easy to do. Anybody can do this as long as you are willing to put in the work and as long as you're willing to follow the blueprint. You can follow instructions. We will show you how to get everything you want, okay? We will show you what it means to have an earn it mentality, a victorious, relentless, limitless mindset, because you're going to need it. Not necessarily for this program, but because life requires you to have that mindset. We're going to give you that limitless, unstoppable mindset because life is always going to throw curveballs at you. Look, life is always going to be going up and down. It's a roller coaster. Let's be real. It's always going to be a roller coaster. Sometimes you're just loving life. You're just enjoying every minute of the day. Things are going so well. Like maybe you're making money, like you're happy with yourself, your family, everything's cool. You can't wait to get up the next day because things are just going so well. You just want another day. You're just pumped, and maybe even you hit your big goals. Like let's say you had a goal of hitting 50 grand a month in revenue or profit. You've been there. Maybe you've even doubled that or more, and it's sunk in, and this is real. You've actually become successful. But then you find yourself spiraling downward, going off the fucking cliff again. And maybe you even reach a point you don't even know how you're going to recover or if you can. Like it got bad. It gets bad. This stuff is always going to keep happening in life. This is why the earn it all mentality is essential. It is essential to have an army tank of a mind to get you through this life. Because look, just imagine for a minute. Imagine that your mind is that strong. Imagine you reach that point. So no matter what happens, you can take it on. Imagine you've been there. You might call it a Goggins mindset or something. Let's use an extreme example for a second with the Goggins mindset. You probably know who David Goggins is. Even if you get nowhere close to David Goggins' mind, but you're on the path to having a much stronger mindset than you have now, imagine how that feels. Imagine actually leveling up your mind and being able to handle whatever life throws at you. Okay, so now let's take that mindset, that new earn it all mindset, and let's focus that on drinking a little bit. How easy is it now with this new mindset to cut back a little bit on how many times you get drunk during a week or during a month? Are you kidding me? With that mindset, I can control exactly what I need to control, especially something that I choose or don't choose to put in my mouth. Look, even if you're around a crazy drinking culture like I have been my whole life with the Navy, with aerospace, with brewery, and the beginning of this thing, Earn Your Booze, there's a lot of promotions, lots of parties, lots of events going on. Like, dude, that new mindset, of course I can tell myself that I'm going to cut back on drinking a little bit if I need to. It gets easier, okay? Let's talk about the physical fitness wins. The confidence level up that you can actually feel from changing your body. You can feel muscle being put on. You can feel the weight dropping. When you see your abs start to come through in the mirror, how does that feel? When you get a taste of those wins, it's just natural. You don't have as much time to drink just because it's Friday or Saturday or Sunday Fun Day or Thirsty Thursday or Whiskey Wednesday or Taco Tuesday, Wind Down Wednesday, whatever. Like, dude, there's so many reasons that we crack a bottle or pour a glass right now. You realize that as these wins start to add up, there's just less of that is able to fit into your life. And you're cool with that because you're winning. You can actually see and feel the differences. Look, if say you're at a size 42 pant and you've been there a while, when you drop down to 40, maybe that's cool, but it's still kind of close to 42. But then when you get to 38, 36, oh shit, I'm making real progress. 34, size 34 waist, and you know that you've actually earned that size 34 and it's there, it's here to stay, and you're at zero risk of going back to a 42. Dude, 42, get out of here. That is not even me anymore. I do not have to worry about that. I have earned this size 34-inch waist. That's me now. Okay? There's so many more examples, but the point is when you start to really experience real results that you have actually earned, you just don't want to check out as many times and go drink for no reason. It's just a natural thing because drinking is not as nearly important as it is. So again, this is not a program necessarily to get you sober. Some people do choose to get sober, and that's totally cool. We have a lot of sober people that roll with us, okay? Because sober or booze actually could mean for you, it could mean smoking weed. It could mean all the other fun things I just said, Taco Tuesday and donuts and all those things. The point is you get so much positivity in your life from the mental wins and the physical wins, all these other wins in life, the confidence level up, the self-belief that goes through the roof. It's real. When you walk into a room that before you might have been a little, like maybe you wouldn't tell anyone you were nervous, but you know what I mean. You walk into a room sometimes where you're like, oh man, your posture maybe is down a little bit, shoulders down a little bit, head's down a little. You're a little more quiet and like, because maybe you're not comfortable with yourself. You're not comfortable in your own skin or in your own body or the clothes you're wearing. You're happy to be there, but you know there's another level of confidence that you can earn. On the flip side, when you have it, dude, You're on top of the world. You walk into that room that before would have freaked you out a little bit inside, and you walk in and truly own the space. When you experience those positive vibes and you know in your heart that they're real and that's here to stay, that's what it's about. Okay. And if you do decide to stop drinking, it's not because, or cut back even, it's not because you're a piece of crap or because you've been forced to do it, or it's because something you're ashamed of. Like, you might not even have a problem with drinking. Maybe you just decide to cut back a little bit because you found an alternative way to level up every other aspect of your life. Imagine if every other aspect of your life was better than it is right now. Think about that. Every aspect. Okay? Because some of you guys are drinking too much, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Alcohol is not healthy for you. Some of you guys do need to stop drinking. But other guys, other girls out there, we just need to figure out how to incorporate it, because sobriety, let's talk about sobriety for a minute. You got to stop thinking about sobriety as being such an all in or out thing. Okay? Why not go through seasons? Like, sometimes I go through heavy seasons of CrossFit. I go through heavy seasons of getting ready for a Spartan race. I go through heavy seasons of partying. There's a lot of cool stuff sometimes. Like, you get a wedding in the family. Maybe you had a kid. You got a promotion. There's your favorite holiday. There's all these cool things going on. And you go through seasons of having some good amount of drinks for a month, let's say. And then you might go through a season where you're completely sober for a month or 2 or 3 months or 3 years. And that's cool. Dude, go sober for 6 months if you want, 2 years, whatever. But after a while, if you decide, you know what, I'm going to have some drinks again just because it's kind of fun. It's social. I can handle it. That's cool. It doesn't mean you failed or anything at being sober. You can treat sobriety just like I treat the way I eat. I like to eat really healthy. I do. I'm very mindful of what I put in my body. I want high quality food to keep me healthy for my family, for my business, and so I can be here and operate at my highest level. So I do eat really healthy with chicken and rice and a lot of home cooked food and really tasty stuff, by the way, but really good, healthy food. But sometimes I smash some fucking tacos. Sometimes I eat donuts. Sometimes I drink some alcohol. Okay? It doesn't mean I do those things all the time. And you can look at sobriety as a season like that also. Sometimes I change oil in my car. Other times I take it to Jiffy Lube. You don't have to be all the hell in on sobriety forever if you don't want to be. Okay? I'm in a season right now where I've had a decent amount of drinks in the past couple months. There's been a lot of reasons. And that's cool. I'm coming up on a season right now. I know it. I can feel it. I've planned it where I'm not going to have a lot of drinks because I have a lot of travel going on. I have a lot of things going on. That's cool, dude. Okay? There's another way to look at how to manage your alcohol instead of just getting completely sober. My point is this. You define the terms of your life. As long as you're doing what we teach in this program, we are elevating, controlling, and maximizing your health. You're handling your personal and your professional responsibilities. You know what I mean? Your family, your kids, your friends, all your responsibilities. You're handling everything you need to be handling. You handle your shit. You know what I'm saying? If everything's handled, why the hell can't you have a couple drinks? If it's not handled, on the flip side, what are we drinking for? What are we celebrating? You're celebrating a business that's not giving you the results that you and your family need? You're celebrating just because it's the weekend? Does that sound right? Dude, of course not. But when you have the blueprint of what to do with every area of your life, and you have the accountability to yourself first and foremost, and from people who truly have your back and want to see you win, your life is just more exciting than it was before because of the results that you have earned by following this program and leading yourself and your family to the destination you actually want to go to. This is where you truly change your life and become proud of who you are and what you've earned. Okay? You earn and enjoy life on your terms. This is what it means to earn your booze. So if you're finally ready to see what's on the other side of all the shit that's in your way, all the excuses, all the roadblocks, click below. Let's get to work. Welcome to Earn Your Booze.